Something really important. There was a debate this morning, earlier this afternoon on the radio. I'm not going to say which channel, which station. They were basically ripping the Sikhs apart, ripping the whole Khalistan thing apart. And one thing they kept saying was making it seem that Sikhs are racist towards Hindus. That is a very bad thing. We have not got anything against Hindus. We are not racist people. We've got morals. We've got the Guru Granth Sahib to teach us how to be good people. We are not racist people. We have got nothing against them. No, hang on. This needs to be addressed. We've got nothing against them. What we've got issues with is the people that did these attacks. And all Sikhs want are basic human rights. That's all we want.
No, but justice, you say justice. I mean, I think Sonia did say on Friday here as well that, on Saturday that the program itself was required on the justice thing. But how does it make you feel today? I mean, the fact that after all these Sikhs have lost their lives, after all that Naqsan that's happened to Sikhs, if you look, like some of those widows talking yesterday, saw their husband, 4 kids, a grandson, burnt alive. We saw that saying, Gurmeet Singh had a metal rod smashed into his head in front of his kid, just because he had a bug on his head. As Sikhs today, I would like to, ask the viewers as well to find out why, firstly, do we think, there's not justice being done, And I think there's a viewer on who would like to say something. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Hanji.
Ji Sasrikal Ji, I'm Bindu speaking from Glasgow.
Hi there.
How are you doing? I've just got a couple of questions, and if my viewers could just wait 2 seconds before they start saying anything. I know how you're all feeling. There was a couple of points missed out, and I do actually have to say well done to Sonia Deol, also known as Jaswinder Kaur, on a couple of things.
Yeah.
When she was sitting with K.S. Brar, basically what she's pulled out of him was, yes, actually, we did do these attacks on purpose. Because when she was sitting with a couple of guys, and they were saying there was no loudspeakers to say to the civilians, "Ki tusi bara jo nikal javo." He said, yes, there was, but at the same time, he's contradicted himself by saying, we did call them out, but when they were coming out, we couldn't tell the difference between them and obviously, Jarnail Singh and his men. Right? So basically what they said is, we actually called them out on purpose. We could just shoot them as well, because we were going to kill you anyway. Right? So these points were made, and if you looked at Sonia Deol at that time, you could tell she wanted to say so much more. But she knew she couldn't, because he was getting angry. If you could see him, he was getting very angry because she had put him in a corner.
Yeah.
Right, at the same time, she said, but how dare you, what gave you the right? Did you not feel that this is a holy place? We could not have done it. And he says, how was it a holy place when you've got a guy like Jarnail Singh Ji sitting there with all kinds of weaponry? And it will always remain a holy place to us no matter what. Back in the day, just like Guru Ji da time si. ਜਦੋਂ ਮੁਗਲ ਐਮਪਰਰ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਸੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥ 'ਚ ਫੇਰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥ 'ਚ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸਰੋਵਰ ਸੀ he turned that into concrete, he filled it up with concrete and cement and he had prostitutes actually dancing on it. We still took it back. It was still holy to us back then. So what I want to say to everybody, ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤ ਤੇ ਆ, everyone's angry and they've got so many feelings going on.
But are you angry yourself?
This is what's going to put us all together, Hanji.
Are you angry yourself about the program yesterday?
Definitely, but at the same time I'm very proud that she brought this into light again, because
why is it that every single BBC program or any single documentary, there's no one that's actually factual?
The funny thing is, not long ago, there was a lot of Indian channels, not long, I'm talking about only a few months ago, I can't say what channels.
We've got so many calls, go back.
But I looked at it, no problem.
But
thank you very much.
Can I quickly say that the BBC have always referred to Mark Tully for any information about Sikhs in India, and he's one of the most biased people against Sikhs that anybody...
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Let me say something.
Hello.
Can I just say something really important? It's a really good point what Benji just brought up. Someone's online.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Hanji Bhaji.
Bolo Bhaji.
Hanji, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. I want to say a couple of things to the panel.
Please.
Want to say a couple of things to the panel.
Yes, please.
The young lad in the yellow bandana, Parmal.
Yeah.
He has studied very well about Sant Jarnail Singh and the other 2 youngsters. What I want to say is, I spent some time with Sant Jarnail Singh.
But
and what was how he was
television, Raj. Can you just turn it down, please, if you don't mind?
How he was portrayed yesterday. They didn't mention how much spiritual power he had. He used to do 110 Japji Sahib Path every day. I've been living in England 50 years, but I took some time out to go and spend with him. Right?
Yeah.
After watching the program from last night, although the program had negative and positive views, but I spoke to a lot of Gores today. The remarks they made, I just want to make those remarks to the people who is listening to the Sikh Channel. Thank God we got a channel like that. What are they saying? If I'm just going to be very clear.
Please.
If they says, if it would have been an Muslim asked to attack on a Muslim shrine, they would have totally refused. But he says, we cannot understand why the Sikhs are not together. Why did the Sikhs had to attack their own holiest shrine? That's the point they were making. Second point I'd like to make to these young lads, I'm really glad that you people are understanding the Sikh religion. You people should go into the Gurdwara committees. We are Khalistanis. We do need Khalistan. Sikh nation is the only nation who do not have a homeland. If you look at the other religions, they all got their homeland. We do not have it. So if the Gurdwaras are not playing the parts they should do, and the people who has been, affected or has been their sons, their husbands, their loved ones been murdered, nothing has been done about it. So all I want to do is say this. We should go and write to the BBC. We should actually ask Sonia to make another program only on Sant Janel Singh, showing what kind of person, because he was. He said a true Muslim is my brother. A true Hindu is Muslim. A true Hindu is my brother. How can they betray him, saying that he was
We've got so many calls coming through. I think we have to just kind of...
Thank you very much for that.
Backlog. So quickly, people can quickly phone in and give their views.
I want to say something.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. I said the calls are coming through.
Okay, can I just quickly say something before we get another call? Yesterday on the programme, I liked the interview between Sonia and General Bra.
I think a lot of
because she did try and pin him in a corner, and there's something really important. Before another call's come through, I want to say this because it's important, so don't cut me off. Basically, regarding that situation, someone called General S.K. Sinha, which I've taken from the Spokesman, which is a paper in 1984, he was part of the whole operation, and this is something that he has said, okay? He has said that they had planned Operations Blue Star 18 months prior to the actual event. This is not a Sikh, this is a Hindu who was involved in the actual army. Now General Bra lied and said we had to act straight away. We had to do it because X, Y, Z was happening. They planned this 18 months before. So
this is why, Baji, I think you made an excellent point there, and I think what we need to flip it is that people say Darbar Sahib was attacked because Santaji was there. Santaji knew, Santaji's intelligence was such that they knew Darbar Sahib was going to be attacked 18 months before, but Santaji moved to the Akal Takht simply to protect it. Wasn't there to destroy it, they were there to protect it because they knew it's going to be attacked whether they're there or not.
And anyway, when they had weapons there, when they had weapons there, whatever they had, were they killing people with their weapons? Were they shooting Upper Sikhs with their weapons? No, they weren't. So what's this? He had weapons in the holy place. Kirpan Talwar is a weapon given to us, initiated by Sri Guru Har Gobind Singh, our sixth Guru, right? And that's what the Akal Takht was. It's not just a place where they talk about politics. That building that they destroyed is a building that's built by a sixth Guru.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji. Hello.
Hello.
Hanji. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Sat Sri Akal Ji.
Hanji Paji, apni awaaz television awaaz
नहीं टेलीविजन ऑफ है जी
हाँ जी ऑफ है हाँ जी हाँ जी पाजी
हाँ जी सत श्री अकाल जी
ਅੱਗੇ ਆਓ ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਆ
ਹੈਲੋ ਭਾਜੀ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਭਾਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਕੱਲ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਚੰਗਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੱਲ
ਕੱਲ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਸੀ ਜੀ
ਅੱਛਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਭਾਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
am I on it?
You're on air ਭਾਜੀ
Credit to Sonia Deol that she made an effort. I found that the program was very balanced. It showed both sides. Now I must say that ਜਦੋਂ 1984 ਦੇ ਰਾਈਟਸ ਹੋਏ 31 ਅਕਤੂਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ 1 ਨਵੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ I was in Delhi. I was a 16-year-old boy in Delhi. I narrowly escaped death 3 times in those 2 days. But at the same time, I was not a big fan of Bhindranwale. First of all, he did not have permission from all Sikhs to make his base in Golden Temple. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਦੂਜੀ ਗੱਲ
ਉਹਨੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀ ਫੇ
No, what it is, Paji, you know, based on your point, Santaji was actually in Nanak Niwas, which is a hostel within Darbar Sahib.
But how can you have permission of everybody, you know, if he wants to go there? So
and do you know another thing that was said yesterday, just a second, yesterday he said he had overtaken, that's not true.
Whatever that was, unhone overtake kita nahi kita, I think his mere presence in Golden Temple, it was wrong. Secondly, he made life difficult for Sikhs in Punjab. I have got lots of relatives, and one of my uncles, he received death threats that you should pay up this much money, otherwise we are going to kill you. And he paid up. You know, so we should not idealize Bhindranwale. Everything should be put in context.
Okay.
That's your view.
But Paji, have you heard of somebody called Ribeiro, who was the Director General of Punjab Police?
Yes.
He's written in his book, Bullet for Bullet, that I myself had something called the Third Agency. You know what they were? They were people who dressed up as Sikhs and terrorized people and raped women, and they done exactly what you've mentioned there. They were threatening people, asking for money and taking people's land, all in the name of Khalistan and Santaji, whereas Santaji never advocated any of that. They lived their life according to the teachings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. The amount of Hindus that they helped in Punjab, after 84, so many Hindus said, our shield has gone, the shield of Punjab has gone, not the shield for the Sikhs, but the shield for Punjab. Because if you look at the history of India, Punjab was ravaged from 1947, economically, socially, religiously, politically, in all stratas. Article 25 said that we're not even Sikhs in India, my brother.
Yes, okay, fine.
What's your view on this?
I've got a question.
What's your view on this?
You may be right there, but at the same time, I would like to say that I think the biggest enemy of the Sikhs are probably Sikhs themselves.
Absolutely, we agree with you there. Definitely.
Yes, you know, because we are divided on caste lines, we are divided on
and
political
people
lines.
with silly views and don't know what they're talking about. Obviously, that's what causes a problem.
Budgie, can I ask you a question, please?
Yes.
Regarding this, your view, obviously you're entitled to your view, everyone's entitled to their view. If you want to think that about Santaji, that's fair enough, we can't help that. I've got a question for you. You know Amnesty International?
Yes.
They made 6 attempts to investigate 1984.
Yes.
And they were refused. The only country in the world that has ever refused Amnesty International to investigate something 6 times by the Indian government. Now, what's your view of the Indian government?
I think what happened on that day, as I said, you know, I was there, I saw it all. There was, and I worked in a refugee camp after the riots finished, and I heard all the horror stories there. I think Rajiv Gandhi was the architect, and one thing I must tell you, all the riots, they were pre-planned. It was not a spontaneous outpouring of grief by the Hindu majority. It was all pre-planned in advance.
You're right, you're right.
And because the techniques that they used, the organization, they had voter lists.
So, Paji, can I ask, are you saying that you think that the attack was planned itself, you think?
I think what happened on 31st October and 1st November, it was pre-planned.
Yeah, I think everybody knows it was
What about
pre-planned.
June? What about June?
June was in the making as well. I think it was all probably rehearsed beforehand.
Paji, thank you very much, you know, for your call, and you know.
And I think what Paji has said there, they've touched on a good point, is that, you know, even we haven't even, so much has happened to us, we haven't even got onto the Delhi massacres, not riots, but massacres. But what he's saying was, when Indira Gandhi was shot, they said, our mother has died. Now, when your mother's dead, you're filled with grief. The Hindu mobs were filled with so much grief that they were sexually aroused enough to rape Sikh women. Now, that's not grief to me.